All right. Hello, everyone. Today is March 12th, 2024. This is a Kubernetes SIG release meeting. This meeting will be recorded and available on the internet. So please be mindful of what you say and do. Please be sure to adhere to the Kubernetes Code of Conduct, which generally amounts to be awesome folks. Um, so we will kick it off with welcoming any new members or attendees. If anyone is new to the call and would like to say hello, please take a moment to unmute and say hi. All righty. It sounds like we have some long time attendees. So we'll move right along. Um, we've got it looks like we have a pretty sparse agenda. We'll run through some quick updates if folks want to give it on the sub-project updates. I encourage anyone who is interested in the open discussion to drop topics in there as I think a lot of us are kind of in um, prepping for KubeCon mode, are getting ready to travel out to KubeCon. Yes, Joseph is packing. I will be leaving. I will be leaving tonight to head out before so so yeah. Are there anything? So I think the one that is sounds like there is an update here for supply chain security. Do we want to jump into that first, Rico?
Yeah, it's a quick one. So we, God, I can't believe this is so long, but we started having some discussions about improving the security feed for Kubernetes and adding some more modern features, including um, VEX, so that we could start issuing information about our false positives and making the whole process more streamlined, having one single tool chain where the security response committee can um, define the new CVs that are found in Kubernetes the way that way we can ingest those documents in the release process and generate the release notes and the advisories and all of that good stuff. um, the that effort has been going a little bit slow because events during the past months. There's and on the SIG security side, PJ is coordinating that. I was hoping that he could be here. And we've been having some conversations. I've been showing up to their meetings. Well, I tried to show up during the first part of the year, but now I have a recurring conflict. Um, but PJ took the initiative and opened uh, a new, like a POC of what that tool could look like. I'm gonna share it here in the chat for people to look at. Um, but even when we've been having some discussions on how we want to build it, there seems to have been some miscommunication in between. One of the things that we discussed was generating the new feed using uh, the OVS format. For those not familiar with it, well, I can share the link later. But for those not familiar, this is uh, a format to um, communicate security information that is being hosted by the OpenSSF. Um, and so far, to me, it seems like the best and most flexible way of specifying security information. So it will give you uh, from everything from the standard, what you will find in standard feeds today, but it also has like this rich way of specifying ranges, inversions, and platforms, and all of those. So that should give us enough flexibility to communicate the CVEs in Kubernetes. Uh, apparently the POC that PJ wrote is still using the old YAML based format that we have in the release process today. So uh, I linked it here. I just wanted to give you an update on where that's going. I'll probably have another chat with them, or probably I think I can make the SIG security meeting. But if not, the good news is that we're at least a bunch of us are going to KubeCon, and we may be able to resolve some of this miscommunication over there. Um, and so the pull request that I linked is just like a POC, so it's not anything final. But if anybody is interested in leading and joining that effort, feel free to uh, sound off in our Slack channel or on the PR. And if you want like a bigger introduction to the project, let me know in our Slack channel and we can chat over there.
So if I can ask a question, where do we see the eventual location for this being, right? So I see it's currently under SIG security, and there's a CV announcement recipe kind of directory set up there. Do we want, is the eventual state that we want that to live with us? Do we want it to live with them? What is the, from a sub project ownership perspective?
Yeah, so I don't know, probably this they need the tool to maintain those files probably will end up living in SIG security, maybe. It's so because that tool will create the initial files, and then our job would be just to ingest the output of them. The whole effort probably will get broken into 3 caps, because it's one for the tool, which I'm not sure needs a cap, but that's one of the proposals that security had. One for the tool, one for the feed itself, the main feed, and there's a third cap probably coming up where the feed from Kubernetes itself, from the CVEs that we have, is going to get complemented with a second Vex feed where sub-project maintainers and in general Kubernetes maintainers can tag issues on KK as false positives, and then we will distill those into the Vex feed. So if you think about it, it's 2 Vex feeds converging into one from the SRC and the other one from maintainers on KK.
Got it.
So one would be for KK, one for the SRC, and one for the tool. I'm fine having them host a tool because it also involves work to keep up with some storage location for those documents, which probably, I don't know.
So
If
yeah, so I think from that perspective, right? The so SIG release is involved occasionally in security, and vulnerability management because there is a necessity, because we have access to the tools, et cetera, right? So I only mention this because we're creating a scenario where we're introducing another party into that conversation, especially if it is storage for the feeds. Um, that we should discuss, right? So I think from the perspective of the 3 caps, I view at least one as a conversation about the feeds. I think the tooling can run in a separate stream because the conversation about the feeds is going to inform what the tooling looks like anyway, right? So I think this is at least 1 cap, but maybe only 1 cap.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, the idea was to keep them short and moving at their own cadence because, for example, the Vex feed uh, coming from issues raised in KK, we see that as a lower priority,
Right.
and it's also a different one because the security feed in Kubernetes is going to tell you the true positives, right? So we know that Kubernetes version whatever in Windows is affected for this CV, and the Vex feed is going to be like the negative footprint of that. Like, since we know it's in Windows, all of the other platforms are not.
Not affected.
So
Yeah.
one project would be create that feed, another one would be create the Vex feed, which would be the negative part of that. And to create the actual positive feed, we need that tool and change our release process to ingest the new documents. That's why
Right.
we're thinking of breaking them into different gaps. But
Okay.
the most important one is the feed itself and the tool that generates it, because from that everything is gonna feed into that information.
Okay.
So there's no gap yet, and we still have to agree on the final design, which is why I brought up the PR. But hopefully, I hope we can iron out the details. If PJ is going to KubeCon, which I'm not sure, probably we can have a good
Ye-
conversation over there.
yeah, let's definitely see if we can spend some time there. Cool.
All right, that's it from that.
Cool, cool, cool. All right. I'm seeing the other section's empty. We can loop back and see if there is anything to cover in the various sections, but Kat, you are here. Would you like to talk a little bit about the release team?
Yeah, sure. I sure am here. Hello. Code freeze has happened. We had 10 exception requests to code freeze. One of those was withdrawn when they realized that they actually had, in fact, met code freeze requirements. 9 were approved and 8 made it. One was bumped from the milestone. Um, During KubeCon week, I'm going to cancel the Wednesday meeting as is tradition. It seems like we have always done that. Um, I'm thinking about doing the Monday burn down and Friday Apex asynchronously. Are we okay with that? Any objections?
You are the chief of the release.
Then
That sounds fine.
async they are. So I'll cancel the Wednesday invite and clarify that Monday and Friday are async. But otherwise, we're cruising along. Beta 0 just started being cut. Yeah, the issue was just open for Beta 0. So we're currently good, cruising.
Cool. Any problems on the horizon at all?
Not that I can see, other than some mild personnel issues that are being handled.
Sounds good. Thanks for the update, Kat.
No problem, Super Chief.
All right, folks, we have reached the bottom of our agenda. I want to check in with folks. I didn't see anyone land anything on the open discussion section, but I do want to give some space for people to chime in if they have things that they want to cover.
I
Just
have,
go.
sorry, Duffel. You can go right.
Yeah, go. I probably maybe it's gonna be the same. So go ahead.
Maybe the only reason why, because I don't see the people I wanted to ask. I was hoping that we had the survey ready to go so that when we have the maintainer talk next week, that we can reference that to amplify that we need input. So I don't think with Marco or Lori, maybe I'll just hit them in channel to get status if we can get that out.
Yeah, I would say hit them up in the channel. Cool. Porco, you have something?
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say that during the previous contributor summits, we've usually have tried to do like a SIG release meeting, get together kind of thing. And so this year, I don't think we got to organize one. Uh, but it would still be nice if people could get together and we can chat. Now we can.
We did
So
it as an open space last time.
exactly. So we
Yeah.
just find whoever is there, and then we can maybe find somewhere to get together.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okey-dokey.
All right, folks, we are at the bottom of the agenda. I am hearing no other items, but I will give it a second in case there are.
Safe travels to everybody. I'm excited to see everybody in person who's going to make it.
You too, Joseph. I will be there with bells on.
We expect Stephen hugs.
Oh, so many hugs. I have so many hugs for y'all. All right, everyone. We are giving you so much time back. I hope you enjoy um, uh, the space from the rest of your meetings for the day. Uh, take it easy, everyone. Bye.
Thanks, friends.